Hey everybody, welcome back to the Plays and Fades YouTube channel. I'm your host, Gordo Gamble, joined by this beauty of a man here, Kiro, and we're back to break down another day of UFC action.
Actually, UFC this time.
Let's go, baby. If you haven't seen our NFL videos, go check that out. We've had some fun, but hey, another week, another chance to make some money. That is now officially 6 weeks consecutive we have made profit. And I don't mean just like 0.27 units. 6 units last weekend, 8 units the week before that. We're up 88 units in the past 9 months, living life, enjoying it huge. How are we feeling about this card?
Pretty good. I mean, UFC Vegas card here, not the greatest card in the world. I mean, suspicious main event, but we got opportunities to make money. As always, and as you said, as we've been doing every single weekend, honestly, that we've basically had this YouTube channel. So here we are.
Aspen Ladd's coming up after absolutely collapsing on the scale a week ago. So she's here in the main event, moving up against one of my personal vendettas against in Norma Dumont. She burned me last time out against Felicia Spencer, and I will never forgive her. But I mean, let's move right into it. It's time. Break down the card. We have 11 fights this week. Hopefully none of them drop out before this video goes live. Honestly, some decent underdogs this week, but also some very decent favorites we think can finish and score very well for DraftKings. Like we say always, sometimes these trash cards lead to some really entertaining fights. I mean, last weekend, pretty entertaining if you ask me. You had that huge blood spill that Rosa didn't capitalize on, and so many other events in this fight. You had, unfortunately, Dern and Rodriguez. Dern could not finish her in the 4-minute shatter down there in the second round. We're not going to talk about that. Let's get right into it. Our first core play for UFC Vegas 40 is actually going to be in our main event, surprisingly enough. We're going to be taking Norma Dumont this weekend to beat Aspen Ladd. Tell us why.
I mean, there's a lot of factors here as to why we like Dumont so much at that $7,800 price tag that she has this week. Main event obviously was booked on very short notice, and last week we saw Ladd basically collapse on the scales, and that's not exactly something that you're looking for in somebody you're going to back here in a main event. I mean, normally the way Ladd is able to dominate is she goes up against strong competition, but she uses her weight to bully people. She's bigger than people, and going up a weight division, she's not really going to be able to do that as much against Dumont. I mean, we've seen Dumont definitely have the skills to win this fight. She's been strong in the clinch. Her striking is relatively good. So we don't think Ladd will be able to do the same types of things that she normally does to her opponents against Dumont here, up a weight class, and after she looked so bad last week at a different weight.
I mean, you also have taken that this is going to be a 5-round main event. I mean, will Ladd be able to, after cutting weight multiple times recently, is she going to be able to go out there, perform against someone in Dumont whereas she might be a step down in competition? She's a bigger fighter, she's stronger, and she's been able to hold her own. I mean, Felicia Spencer, I'm very high on. And it did not go my way last time out. And I think that it really showed me the type of fighter that Dumont is. She'll go out there, she's a very smart technical fighter, and she will fight for your money. And I think at an underdog price, it's someone you have to really look hard into considering to get into those lineups, because she has 5 rounds, 2 more rounds to accrue points, and we really like that this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's not every week we start off with an underdog right away, especially in the main event that we're liking a lot. But this second guy that we're going to talk about, definitely not an underdog here at $8,800 price tag. We really like Marquez this week. Tell us why.
I mean, Jordan Wright is an Alaska FC fighter. That tells you a lot of what you have to know about this fight, is because he's fought people with 0-21 records, 0-10 records, and I think his record's really padded sitting here at 12-1. The problem with Jordan Wright is he wins all his fights in the first round. Only one fight is made to the second round. He was knocked out within 18 seconds. No fights have gone past 5 minutes and 18 seconds of the entire fight, and he's facing someone in Julian Marquez who isn't going to get finished, who's actually a really, really strong guy and has shown to be so durable in the past, to the point where he's able to get those finishes in the 3rd round. Just ask Maki Patola, one of my favorite fighters.
Oh no.
Julian Marquez is a brawler. He's not as technical as Wright. I think that he brings the same amount of power, though, and the more durability, and that's what matters here. We've seen Wright have a very questionable chin, and I think Marquez can be able to hold his own. He's very versatile, very well-rounded, and that durability is going to be a key factor in winning this fight. I'm calling a round 2 finish for Julian Marquez this week.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got a high price tag at $8,800, but if he gets an early finish, which he so easily could on Wright, then he's going to be worth that price tag.
We saw him only have 1 step up in competition in Joaquin Buckley, and he was finished 18 seconds in the round 2. So I think this is another step up in competition, and I think he takes over, and I think he just succumbs to the top level of competition. Julian Marquez, 8.8K, lock him in there. Moving right along to another underdog we are liking this week, we're going to be taking Andrew Sanchez, who are we surprised to see as an underdog this week. Tell us a bit more about him.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing here is just that he's fighting a fighter this week in Bruno Silva, who is a bit of a step down in competition compared to some of the guys he's fought in the past. And Silva is taking that step up to fighting some higher level competition. He's a very well-rounded fighter, decent ground game, decent striking. He's a guy that we think definitely has the skill and the ability to fight some of the big names that he's fought in the past, whereas Silva is not necessarily on that level. So yeah, Silva is the favorite here at $8,300 on price tag, with Sanchez down at $7,900. But given this discrepancy in kind of competition level, we think that Sanchez has the advantage this week, and that's some great value there at $7,900.
I mean, if we're being completely honest, not many underdogs we like this week, and I think that Andrew Sanchez should not be an underdog at all. I mean, he's here, he's facing guys in Marvin Vettori, he's facing guys in Anthony Smith, Makhmudmuradov, guys who would absolutely dust Bruno Silva, in my opinion. I think this is a big step down. The big thing I like about Andrew Sanchez is his fight IQ. Man's a pretty smart guy, usually. I mean, he's had his errors. And I think he's going to be able to come out there and execute a good game plan. He's got the skills to pay the bills, and I think he gets it done this weekend, putting up a pretty decent score against someone who we haven't really seen tested too much in Bruno Silva. All right, when you're looking up at the top of the slate, you could play it safe with someone like Emib, who I think we should ground out our decision to be a good cash option. But if we're looking to get different, we're looking to get someone who's a good GPP option, we're liking someone in Manon Ferriot this week, sitting at a price tag of 8.9K. Tell us more.
Yeah, I mean, she's somebody that we really like this week. This is kind of a classic striker versus grappler matchup. She obviously is a kickboxer, which means she is good at staying at range with a lot of power, able to do that pretty well. And Bruno Silva, obviously more of a grappler, probably going to try to go for some takedowns here in this fight. But we have confidence in Ferriot's ability to stay on her feet and not get taken down like that. Yeah, $8,900 price tag for good reason, we think. Definitely the favorite in this fight, and we definitely think that her combination of ability to land all those strikes and stay up on her feet will allow her to score pretty big this week against a big underdog, Bruno Silva, only having a price tag of $7,300.
You're completely right there. I think Ferriot is a huge hype train in the division for a good reason. She has insane power. She is the next up-and-coming star, and facing someone Bruno Silva who gets hit all the time, I think it's her fight to lose, but I think she shows out this weekend, putting up a very good score.
All right, moving on to somebody a little bit lower, with a little bit lower of a price tag, down at $8,500. Who is it?
Our favorite mid-range target for this week is going to be someone in Ariane Canellosi. Now, I mean, if this was a competition based on sheer muscle mass and physical image, I mean, insert image here.
Over me. Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Ariane Canellosi is shredded. This girl is absolutely ripped, and that is not the reason we're picking here. It is a very, very good look when you're betting someone who is that jacked, but that's not the reason here. Main reason is she's a finisher. She's got killer instinct this week, and she's facing someone in Estela Nunes who's making her step up into UFC. Someone going to be her biggest challenge competition yet. And what we like most about Ariane Canellosi here is when she sees a fight about to get finished, she's going to go all in for that. And when we're paying up, trying to get those GPP options, trying to get people who will score big, someone with that killer instinct is absolutely necessary. She reminds me a lot of Maria Agapova in the fact that we saw that last time out, last weekend, dropped her, jumped on that neck right away. Killer instinct is insane. And when you have someone like Canellosi who's landing those big ground and pound blows, it'd be hard to stay there. I think she has more power, and she has a physicality edge over Nunes this weekend, and I think she gets it done inside the distance, which is very uncanny. Ooh. Very uncanny for women's fighters.
Spooky season.
And I'm really liking her this week to get it done. Another mid-range price tag we might like as well could be Dana Batgirl. Hopefully I said that right. Batgirl sent a price tag of 8.6K. Tell us how he wins this fight this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, how do you bet against somebody that close with Batman? You know? Batgirl is going to come out here firing on all cylinders. I mean, we like him a lot as a fighter.
Call him Batgirl?
That's what you've been saying. Batgirl.
Batgirl. You know what? Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, we like him a lot. His technical ability is on point, and he's got a lot of power. He's fighting a guy in Davis who's had some losses recently, but obviously against some strong competition and guys like Giga Chikadze. So, yeah, we like Batgirl a lot in this fight. $8,600 price. That's what you said. You said Batgirl. We like him a lot at this price tag, and we definitely think he's going to be worth his salt here this week.
You have someone in Davis who was cut after the UFC after facing someone in Chikadze, Kang, Zabit, all really high level of talent, and he absolutely wipes the floor with people on the Gulf Coast MMA regional scene. So he's definitely coming back into his own here with something to prove. The problem here is Batgirl is really technical. He's got a lot of... Batgirl is really technical, great counters, decent takedown defense as well. And I feel like as soon as someone in Brandon Davis will rush the pocket, blitz in, those counters come with a lot of power. So it's gonna be up to him to see if he can take a few of those shots. So great mid-range target from us as well. If you want to go look up higher in the slate and get some safer options, I mean, I think Klein knocks out Landwehr this week. It'd be a very chalky option up top there as well. And Meave should grind out a decision, solid option, favorite cash play of the week. But if we look down, someone Arlovsky could win this week, and I think he should be favorite higher than he is against Felipe. Huge step up for Felipe. Someone who just won a split decision against Jake Collier. So Arlovsky, huge step up there. I think that we've all seen Jim Miller either be GPP or bust, and as in he wins in the first round or he tires out. So if you think that he wins first round, get him in GPP lineups. If you want an underdog, if the fight goes past round 1, Gonzalez will be really live there as well. So that's gonna do it for us this week and break down another slate of UFC action. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. Another thing too is check out my Twitter at Gordo Gambles, our Twitter at PlaySpades. Let us know some questions you may have because our reads might change throughout the week. If you want to know our final thoughts and bets as well, we do a live stream here every single Friday night, so check that out. Appreciate all the support you guys bring. Other than that, been another great episode of Plays and Fades Sports, another UFC breakdown. Make sure to check out our NFL breakdown, should be out soon as well. And let's make some money. Ding!